The sun was already high in the sky when Aaron Cole felt his world tightening around him, the courthouse date looming like a shadow he couldn't outrun. His shoes were worn thin, his shirt faded from too many washes, and his heart heavy with the fear that one mistake could cost him everything he had left: his little son, his dignity, his fragile hope. Life had not been kind to Aaron since his wife passed away, leaving him a single father struggling to survive on odd construction jobs and late-night warehouse shifts. That morning, as daylight spilled across the cracked sidewalks, he had no idea that a single act of kindness would quietly begin rewriting his fate. Before the story goes any further, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and the quiet power of doing good when no one is watching, please take a moment to like this video, comment your thoughts, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe to the channel Life Spark Stories. Your support keeps stories like this alive. Aaron was riding his old pickup truck toward the city when he noticed two young twin girls standing beside a stalled car on the roadside. The sun beat down harshly, the heat shimmering off the asphalt, and the girls looked small and frightened, their identical faces tight with worry. Aaron barely had fuel to make it to town, and he was already late for work, but something inside him refused to drive past. He pulled over, feeling the familiar tug between survival and conscience, and chose conscience once again, even though life had punished him for that choice more times than he could count. The girls' names were Nora and Elise Harper, though Aaron did not know that yet. Their mother had passed away years earlier, and their father worked long hours in the city. They had tried to surprise him by visiting his office, but the car broke down on the highway under the unforgiving daylight. Aaron helped them push the car into shade, called a local mechanic he barely knew, and spent what little cash he had left to make sure the girls were safe. He even bought them cold water and sandwiches, though it meant skipping his own lunch. To Aaron, it felt like a small thing, but to the girls, it was everything. As the afternoon sun climbed higher, the mechanic arrived, and Aaron waited until the car was running again. Only then did he head back toward town, his stomach empty and his worries heavier than before. He didn't know that Nora and Elise would talk about him all the way home, describing the tired man with kind eyes who helped them when they were scared. He also didn't know that their father, Judge Marcus Harper, would listen carefully, his expression slowly changing as the girls described every detail of the stranger who had stopped. Aaron's own life felt like it was unraveling. A misunderstanding at work had put his job at risk, and a minor legal issue involving an unpaid fine threatened to spiral into something worse. The court date approached, and the thought of standing before a judge terrified him. Losing his job would mean losing his home, and losing his home could mean losing custody of his son. Each day passed under bright daylight skies, mocking him with their cheerfulness while his nights were filled with fear. When the day of the hearing arrived, sunlight poured through the courthouse windows, illuminating dust motes in the air as Aaron stood alone, clutching his paperwork. He felt invisible, just another poor man hoping the system would show mercy. When he looked up and saw Judge Marcus Harper take his seat, he felt his knees weaken. The judge's face was calm, unreadable, carrying the authority to decide Aaron's future in a matter of minutes. What Aaron did not see was the flicker of recognition in the judge's eyes. Marcus Harper remembered the story his daughters had told him, the way they spoke of a man who helped them without expecting anything in return. As the case unfolded, the judge saw more than a struggling defendant. He saw a father fighting quietly to hold his life together. The evidence was weighed, the circumstances considered, and mercy was extended where punishment could have been easy. The ruling gave Aaron time, a chance to make things right instead of crushing him under consequences he was already trying to escape. As Aaron stepped back into the daylight, tears blurred his vision. He didn't know why he had been spared, only that for the first time in years the future didn't feel like a closed door. Days later, a letter arrived offering him steady work through a community program recommended by the court. It wasn't wealth, but it was stability, and for Aaron, that meant everything. If this story touched your heart, If it reminded you that even the smallest kindness can echo in ways we never expect, please take a moment now to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Life Spark Stories. Your engagement helps spread these messages of hope and humanity. And before this story ends, I have one special request for you. Comment below with the word kindness if you believe good deeds always find their way back.